Hello, Giants fans. Welcome to Giants Baseball 101. I'm Gabe Vaughn, your host. Well, we added one more subscriber since the last video, and I just wanted to say welcome to Giants Baseball 101, and thank you so much for joining us. I still think that we can shoot for 100 by the end of the year. That would be great. Well, anyway, the Giants lost to the Rockies 5-2 today, and there you have it. A loss to a team that came into this series with a 33-55 record. The Rockies are going nowhere this year. They're completely out of contention, and just it's clear seeing them play that they've got serious problems, and yet the Giants lost to them in Game 1. Ross Stripling allowed a 2-run home run to Ryan McMahon in the first inning that got things going for the Rockies, and he stayed through 3 2/3. After that, he was relieved by Scott Alexander, who pitched final third of the inning, and then Tristan Beck came in for 1 2/3. Brandon Crawford tied the game with a 2-run home run in the fifth. It's his 5th home run of the year, so he's not performing like the guy he was when he was in his prime, but we're still seeing these moments from him when he performs with the game on the line. And the Giants, it's just their bullpen and particularly the back end of it. That's something that was really turned from a weakness into a strength this year. And lately, the Rogers brothers have been used extensively in that role and have pitched well, but today it just didn't go that way. Taylor Rogers came in and walked 2, and then Tyler Rogers came in and he allowed the 3-run shot to Ezequiel Tovar, and just a blowout by the bullpen. And when the guys, especially at the back end, late inning segment, have their bad days at just different times, that's problematic because Camilo Doval on Monday, he blew a tied game with the Mariners scoring 4 runs against him. But this time it was Taylor and Tyler Rogers who couldn't get things done in the 7th inning. So the Giants bullpen in the late innings that's just such a huge part of their roster, and things were going well up until now, but today is just another disappointing blow up there, and it happened too at a really bad time when the Giants are facing a team that they've just got to beat. These are not teams that should be creating too much of a problem for the Giants. The Mets had a below 500 record. The Mariners had a below 500 record. And the Rockies, they've been getting killed this season. And these are not games that the Giants can afford to lose, to say the least. And by the way, I'll just say that they're falling behind the Dodgers and Diamondbacks. I think the Dodgers have 50 wins, and they were winning last I checked today. The D-backs have 51, so in the National League West race, it's sad to say that the Giants are falling behind and they're going to end up, I think, after today, like 4 games. I'd have to see it again, do all the calculations, but it just does not look pretty how far they are behind the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks now. This streak they're on right now, I just think it was totally unexpected, and they just can't figure out how to win games. But the issues I'm seeing are, for one thing, that the bats just can't get things going, and for another thing, it's just the pitching. And we're seeing it starting and relief. In both those areas, new issues seem to be created every day for the Giants, and it's just so soon after they were doing so well and were so hot. So soon after that, they've they've just become bad, and I'm not fully sure how to explain all of that. The Giants do still have a chance to come back and win this series against the Rockies. They're definitely due to win a series, and it's got to happen soon. Honestly, I don't know that we can really say whether the Giants have an advantage over the Rockies when they're playing them at Coors Field or right here in San Francisco as they're doing now. Because last time they won Coors Field, the Giants won the series. In fact, I think that one was a sweep, and that really, at a time when the Giants were hitting the ball and everybody was hot, I really think that the ballpark effect of Coors Field really served to amplify that and amplify it in the Giants' favor because they were the team that was good at it. Now, though, you'd have to, of course, the Giants' pitching is just going to be a whole other factor in this, and with the hitting, maybe a little, they're not performing every day. That's where you kind of have to wonder if we just need to be thankful that they're in San Francisco now. And that may be the case, because if they've had plenty of days in this recent couple of weeks where they've only scored 1 run, so and the pitching obviously too, we're seeing kind of some issues there, but we don't really know how it would have affected things if they were playing in Colorado. So I'm not sure that this time I'm ready to say that would necessarily be better than playing in San Francisco. But however it is, they have to come back and win this series against the Rockies. And even dropping Game 1, I would not say that Ross Stripling pitched too poorly today. I mean, because the Giants probably were not even planning to. What I heard was that they were planning to only use him for 50 or 60 pitches, and I mean, that's what they said on the broadcast today. But I mean, it's just that with Stripling already on a limit, we obviously don't know how he would have done if he'd been able to go a bit longer, but I'm not sure that he's a guy we necessarily trust to face a lineup twice, and that's really the way he's been used lately, is kind of just to get the first few innings of a game in or to come in relief. And in his last outing, he pitched 2 scoreless innings. He's not being used as a full-blown starter, not as a guy who's coming in to face a lineup multiple times, but he's just being kind of used sparingly to get the outs that the Giants really feel are the best matchup for him. So if Stripling is going to continue to be carried on this roster, I think that is the most prudent way to use him. I don't think that as far as pitching depth, he's a priority to be carried on this roster for the rest of the season. If trading him would do anything for the Giants at the trade deadline, I'd say that they go for it, although I don't know how many other teams there are going to be that are going to count on a chance at improving him, and so I'm not sure that trading Stripling would really get the Giants anywhere towards landing a superstar player, even if other players are included in that trade package, especially considering this is a seller's market. A lot of other teams are going to be looking for talent as well, and there might be a bunch of competition there. I mean, even if it wasn't that way, what teams are really looking for is to rebuild their farm system, so it's hard to see that, and he's probably not one of the guys who immediately hits the market with a lot of value in terms of trading, but I still think the Giants should keep their eyes on maybe places to land him if they get anything for him. And there are other players on their roster that could really fit into that category too. Now I wanted to discuss the latest roster move the Giants made. They called up relief pitcher Mauricio Jovera. Actually, he pitched 2 scoreless innings today, and they sent down Keaton Winn on the move. And that kind of surprises me. It's not that Keaton Winn has pitched like to the point of being super great this year, to the point where I'd say I'd be totally surprised if they optioned him. I think his ERA is something like 4.09, and while that isn't great, it is solid enough for a prospect who's coming up and for a guy that we're just trying to keep an eye on here. But as far as sending him down, it does seem in some ways a little odd to me at a time when the Giants are just trying to fill up everything, that they're trying to bring themselves to the point of having a completely full rotation. This process of bullpenning their way through games, sometimes that's just a thing that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I at first thought that might be a good strategy for them. I did expect that all of the pitching depth would be a bit better than maybe we've seen this year. I think that right now, the thing for the Giants is to have as a goal to return to the traditional pitching methods. I think they should try to return to a traditional strategy there, which would mean filling up the rotation so that they have a starter for every day. But I don't think they do this just by stretching Stripling and Manaea and Junis back out into starters and having them face lineups multiple times. If your pitchers haven't really shown the ability to throw quality innings all the way through a game, then it's probably not going to improve things. What I'm really talking about is just that the Giants try to look both inside and outside of their organization for other options. We're not talking about stretching guys out who have kind of had their chance this year and kind of failed to perform. I wouldn't really be too excited about that. But looking both inside and outside of their organization for other options, that's a good idea for them in terms of trying to get a full and stable rotation. Now, where Keaton Winn fits into all of this, he has his ERA is above 400, but due to the fact that he's been solid enough, it does seem to me that him getting maybe a few more chances in the rotation would have been a good thing. I'm not sure exactly why the Giants made the move that he did, and it could be, I'm not saying it is, but it could be that part of what they're looking to do is to get Winn some more minor league innings, and maybe they think that would be good for him and have seen a few things that he could use some development on. I don't know exactly. If that's the case, then a brief stay in the minors for him might be the right call. But whatever it is, whatever the Giants are trying to do here, I think they see Winn as a prospect pitcher that can be used extensively this year going forward. Also along those lines, Kyle Harrison has some injury and he's out in the minors. He's out of the futures game. Not that that's going to be a big deal in the long run, that futures game, but I'm just hoping that won't affect his minor league performance after that, because his responsibility, where he fits into this organization right now is to keep developing there in the minors so that he'll be ready when the Giants are ready to call him up this year, because I think they are looking to have him add some wins for them by coming in and putting up an above average performance, and they have to time everything right with calling him up and getting him developed. If they can do that, it really might be a good option this year. And I think in all of that, we do have to be prepared for disappointment there. That's happened with Giants prospects, and things have kind of improved in that regard this year. We have guys now like Blake Sable and Casey Schmidt and Patrick Bailey on the offensive side. On the pitching side, we have Keaton Winn. He's been solid, but I don't think we really go into this thinking about Kyle Harrison without being prepared for disappointment. We just don't really know, but I think there's a good chance he could make an impact, and he should get a chance this year, and probably before September too. So going back to the Giants' current situation, they're going to have to find a way to come back and win this series against the Rockies. And honestly, I don't know how I could say this any stronger. This has been a terrible past week and a half for the Giants. Things have not gone right at all. And Logan Webb will be making a start. It should be either tomorrow or the next day. And I can't exactly think of when he last pitched. Either tomorrow or the next day we're going to see Logan Webb. That absolutely is a game the Giants have to win. I wanted a sweep in this series. It didn't happen, but they've got to find a way to win the next 2 games, and that's going to include the ability to get the bats going against a team that really doesn't have any competitive fight left for this year. Thank you for watching. This has been Giants Baseball 101. Please subscribe if you haven't. Also, please leave your questions and comments. You know where to do it. I'll see you next time on Giants Baseball 101.